Hi guys, I just want to jump on here real quick and try to do a video on how to get the memorial ornaments done without using a Cricut or a silhouette. So the first thing you want to do is go to Google and print out whatever quote that you want to use. I have like 11 that I allow my customers to choose when they get an ornament. And today we're going to do this one. Your wings were ready, but our hearts were not, or your wings were ready and my heart was not. It comes up in Google two different ways. You have choices when you do it, but that's the one we're going to do today. So the first thing you want to do is go to Google, get your image, save it somewhere so you can pop it into Word, or you can just go to Google, hit copy, and paste it into Word. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I have my Word screen already open. I'm going to open Google here and type in your wings were ready. It's going to say SVG. That's fine. We can use an SVG. If you can find a PNG, that might be better. A PNG just means that it doesn't have a background on it. SVGs typically will have a white background. Either way is cool. I'm going to choose this one because it's dark already and it's kind of perfect. So I'm just right click on that, do copy image, go back to my Word document, and I'm going to paste that image in here. All right. Obviously, this is way too big, so we're going to size it down a little bit. I think that's a good size right here. And I try not to waste the sheet typically when I'm doing this, but it's fine today. I've already made the ones I needed to make, so it's okay. All right. So once you get here and you get your image you're looking for, you're gonna go and get your, once you get your words that you decided to use, you can go and get your image. So assuming your images will stay somewhere on your computer, just go to insert pictures. I'm gonna show you a few different ways to do this. Just so this way, insert picture. It's on this device, and I'm gonna choose this picture of my grandmother, and I'm gonna insert it. So you see how big that picture came over? So when you do insert picture, the picture's gonna come over really, really big. You have to size it down with your little arrows to get it in the position that you want it to be in. Using my finger mouse. I feel like that picture flipped, but it's fine either way. All right, we're gonna bring it down. Yep, it is reversing. All right. Anytime it does that when you're playing with your mouse, just hit your undo button and it'll fix it. So also in Word, you're not able to just push pictures over just because you want them to be pushed over. Word doesn't operate that way. So what you'll have to do is click on the image. Like for instance, I want to move this one over here or anywhere else on the page. Well, I just can't move my mouse to do it. You'll have to hit the space bar and start doing stuff like that. Well, even at the space bar, you can't get it where you want it. So to move it, click on the picture, right click, go to wrap text. I always choose square, and I can move this picture wherever I want on the page like that. And I want to do the same thing with this one. So just click on the image, right click, wrap text, and hit square. And now this one's free to move around. So remember when I said you're going to pick if you pick a JPEG picture, it's going to be a picture with the white background. See how this picture has white on it? The white part is covering my grandmother's face. That's what I mean by that. If you pick a PNG and you use that, you'll just have the words moving on the picture. You won't have this white background. PNGs are actually better, but I picked this one because the quality of it was dark and I'm putting it on transparency. And there's a way around it because when you print this, you won't print this. The white won't show on the transparency anyway. So I can move this, but see how she wants to go behind the image? That's what we don't want. So all you do with that is click on the picture, right click on it, and then say bring it to the front, and it brings the image to the front of that picture. And then you can put it right where you want it, and you want it right on the side of the sign, the writing that you're using. And this is way too big. So we're just gonna size this down, and then we're gonna size this down. And then you can get them in the position that you want. And this is okay, right? So that's one way to do it, okay? All right, so let's just copy this. Let's do right click, copy, go over here, and we're gonna hit paste. So now we're doing another one, right? We can move that one down here. And let's just say we want to, this is the other way to get an image of whoever you're using. You can go to insert, go to here to shapes. And I usually like oval shapes, so I want to pick oval, right? I can go here and then I can make the oval that I want, right? And move that to right here. That's where I want it to be. Inside of shape, I want to go to shape fill. And what that means is, what do you want to fill this shape with? And then let me tell you about shape outline. There's a light blue outline around this shape. I'm going to put an image in here first so that you can see it. And then I want you to get rid of it, because if you don't, when you print it, you're going to have that outline on your print. So inside shape fill, we're going to go here and we're going to fill it with the picture. It's going to ask you where you want to get that picture from. You go from file and you go here and you get your grandmother. I'm going to get my grandmother right here and put her in here. So see here, it just drops her picture inside that shape. I typically like the round shapes because it kind of fits the whole theme of the whole ornament being round like that, and it's easier. Square is okay. It's not really going to matter because you're going to cut the transparency anyway, and you can really cut that curve. So it's fine that way also. But I like this look right here, and that's typically what I stay with. Now, you see that blue line around it? You want to get rid of that because, like I said, you will see it blue line on your transparency sheet when you print it out. So just click on your picture and go back up here to shape outline, pull down and hit no outline, and now that outline is gone, and now you're good to go. Now, if you wind up with the square image and you decide you don't want it to be square, you don't want to, the way that you saw me do this, where I did the insert and I dragged the, let me show you. If I did insert and then I went to shapes and pulled the shape down to make it, well, that's one way to do it. So let's just click off of that. Say that you went to go get your, let me just do it for you so you can see it. Let's just say we're gonna, this is the third way. There's so many ways. All right, we're gonna right click and we're gonna paste this here. Now we're gonna get, I'm gonna get a picture of, I'm gonna have to show you a fourth thing too, because you might have an image when they got several people on it and you only need one. All right, but this way here is this. So I'm going to get the picture, this device, and I'm going to get this picture of my grandmother, right? And it's a bigger picture. See how big that picture is? So let me, and obviously I got to crop it. This is the perfect example because you don't want that 741. You don't want this lady in the background. You don't want my cousin standing on the side of her purse. So let's just make this picture smaller, right? Make it smaller. I don't know where it's moving to. Why it's doing all of that. Because all I'm doing is pulling this up. Okay, I'm right clicking on this because I want to move this picture where I want to move it to. So remember what I say, just get your square. And I want to work on this picture over here. Right? Okay, so click on your picture, choose your picture. Anytime you click on it, you're choosing it. And now Word wants to know, what do you want to do with it? Well, we want to crop this picture. So we're going to go right over here to crop. The minute you click on picture, right up here, picture format is going to show up, and everything that you could possibly do with that picture is going to be within this file. So you want to crop it. You're going to go over here to crop. Once you click on crop, these little black bold lines are going to show up in each corner, in the middle, along the sides, at the bottom, and in the corner. Let's bring that up. So now we're cropping the picture. We're going to crop out everything we don't want. I know I don't want that time in there, so we can bring this down. Plus, I don't want that lady in the background. Bring that down. I don't want my cousin right here showing. So I'm going to bring that over, right? And the same here. I want to bring this over. This is a good picture. So that's what we want to keep. Just click outside the box, and now your picture's cropped. Now, this picture cropped square. That's just the basic way that it's going to crop. Click on it again. Your picture format's going to come up. Get out of the way. Zoom. Your picture format's going to come up. Click on your picture format and go over here to your crop drop down menu, and it says crop to shape. Over here, you can pick the circle. When you pick the circle, it's going to cut that out for you. So that's another way that you can do it instead of doing going here, inserting your shape, putting it, it'll already crop it if you pick it. Like for instance, when I chose this to be a square, let's say I don't want it to be a square. So click on the picture. Now, Word wants to know, what do you want to do with it? Where I want to format the picture. So click on format picture, go over here to crop, but don't click the square image. Click the little drop down right here. Once you pull that down, it's going to say crop to shape, and you can pick a shape. Pick any one of these shapes you want. So I am going to, let's just say I wanted it to be in this diamond. This is a flow chart. Okay, and so that's what it looks like. Of course, we don't want it to be a diamond, but I was just showing you that you can pick it. So, nah, you don't like that? Okay, well, let's go back, crop it, crop to shape. Let's go back and see. Now we can get the oval. So we have oval. And then you can push it over. Now see how it wants to be on top of that. You can just click on it and just put send to the back. Well, that's not a PNG, so no, we want to keep it to the front, but we're gonna have to just get close to it. So right about here, because that won't let you put the words on top of it. Now, if that was a PNG, then you could put it on top. Let's see if we could. I was trying to see if we could minimize my picture. See, no, it wouldn't let me remove the background. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do it. You can soften the edges or give it a glow or reflection and all that kind of stuff, but this is cool. Like I said, it doesn't matter because you're gonna cut that out anyway. So that's good. All right, and that one, we'll just move that with this. Where did it go? And you just size it down, size it to your liking. Make that a little smaller too, because that looks crazy with that one being that big. All right, make that close. And that's good enough. Because that's going to be a nice round. It's going to be a nice round. It's going to be a nice round. Okay. All right. Now, let me show you. Let me take this off. You know how to get this and keep this. So we're going to keep using that. I'm going to show you one where the picture is a few people and you just want to crop that person. So I'm going to do it the way you're probably going to do it, because most people just do insert picture. For some reason, that's easier for them than adding a picture to the circle. The problem with doing it this way is you have to do the extra work and resizing it. So I'm going to do it two ways. I'm going to do it this way for you. to show you, okay, if you insert picture and you put the picture, it's going to be big on your word sheet. So then you got to resize it. All right. Okay. Once you do that and get it sized the way you want, remember, you don't want him and you don't want her. So crop it. Hit crop, cut out what you don't want. Bring that up. Move cuz out the way. Click on the outside of the picture and there you have it. But now see, Word don't like you to just move stuff because you want to move it. You got to tell Word, I need you to move this where I want you to. So right click, wrap text, square, and now I can slide it right here. So that's one way to do that. Now when you crop pictures, you don't have to worry about that blue outline because you cropped it, so it's already gone. The only way you're going to get that blue outline is if you do this. So I'm going to start over from the very beginning. You're going to take this away, right? If you don't do it the way that I just showed you where you insert picture, you can always insert your shape first. Choose your shape, which would be your circle, draw it. Just draw your circle. You know, your images, your quote is right here. Your image is going to be about this size. Draw your shape. And then your shape wants to know, well, what do you want to do? Well, I want to fill this shape. These three things are going to come up the minute you click on this shape: style, fill, and outline. Right here, you can just go ahead and knock it out first. Do the drop down screen on outline, say no outline. It's going to be gone. And then click on it again. Come on, don't do that to me. Click on it again in shape fill. I want to fill it with a picture. Go into pictures, choose your picture from the file, get your grandmother, pop her in. Her whole picture is going to come. Now, if you don't want her whole picture and you just want her face, like some of the ones we did here and that other one I showed you, you'll just have to crop it. You can do that while you're right here. Just click on the picture. You're already in shape format, but you want to be in picture format. So you're going to have to click on something else to get it to go to picture. Because it thinks you still want to do something to the shape, because we are in shape format. The only way you can get the picture format is if you're clicking on the picture to do that. So right click. No, you're still going to be formatting the shape. You might have to just save that picture. So if you just want her body, her face, then you have to do it the way that we did this one. We just insert the full picture and then crop the face. Right? Remember that? Insert picture, this device. Get the full picture of her. Insert it. But remember, it's going to be so big, you're going to have to bring it down a little bit. Let me just delete that. You're going to have to make it small. And then you'll have to crop her face. Because crop button is right here once you do that. You just crop it. Remember, I told you you're going to get these little lines and you crop what you want. I'm going to just do that for right now. Click out of it, and then that's what you'll get. Right? But the other way to do it is the way that I showed you, where you insert the picture inside the bubble. All right, so assuming we got all the ones that we needed, which are these two for now. You get your transparency film, which I'll show you what I use. Once you get them, all the ones that you're going to print, because you don't want to waste sheets, so you do your best to try to fill the sheet. You get your transparency paper, which is, minimize the screen. This is what I use. I get this paper from Office Depot, or you can get it on Amazon. It's kind of pricey, You get 50 sheets. You can get the one for laser printer or inkjet. The laser printer one comes in a purple pack. It shows you on the back. I'm using my inkjet printer, although I have a laser printer, but my laser printer ink is way too expensive. So we're gonna play with inkjet. I do one sheet at a time. It has two sides. It has a texture side and a smooth side. For my printer, it's face down. Let me make sure. Okay, face down is the way my printer prints, meaning when I slide my printer in, I want my texture side to be face down because that's the side it's going to print as it comes out on top over. So I'm going to put this in face down. Right? Once we do that, I'm going to open Word up again and we're going to print it. We're going to do File and we're going to print. And that's the name of my printer. It's a Canon. It is ready. I only need one and I'm just going to go with that. So it's going to print. I'm going to show you what that looks like once it's printed. Pull this out of here. Now, y'all not going to have this little tool. All right, I'm going to minimize my Word sheet and come back to you. Okay, so this is what it looks like printed on the transparency sheet. Pretty clear. You can't really tell because it's on a transparency sheet, but if I put a piece of paper behind it, that's what you get. That's the images. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, from here, just grab your scissors and start cutting. I like the round ones because I like to do a nice round kind of cut. It's a nice little, it don't even have to be a clean round circle. But because the ornament is typically round, that's what I use. And that's what I cut. That's the transparency. I don't know if you can see that. But again, put a sheet of paper behind it. That's what I cut. And I cut out each one. They don't have to be perfect because you won't even see them once you put them inside the glass or plastic ornament or whatever you're choosing to use. So we're already cutting the third one. We're cutting the fourth one. And we're cutting the fifth one. Right? Right. Throw away your excess stuff. That is that. All right, you get your ornament. I get these glass ornaments from Hobby Lobby. They don't keep them in stock long, so when I get them, I get as many as I can because I usually run out of these, and people prefer the square ornaments because they're different. I like them because they're different, but they're glass, they're thin, and they do break. All right, once you get here, you take your transparency sheet. Keep in mind, this is glass, so sticking your finger in here, you will cut yourself. So be careful not to do that if you don't have to. You can get a pencil or something to roll up in here and put it in here or something to make your life easier when doing that. So make sure you have it the right way as well. So I roll it a couple of times, just small enough to where it slides in that hole without scratching on the glass because it will scratch. All those holes are not perfect. So once it gets in there, I don't stick my finger in there because it will cut you. You get a tool or something small to fit in that hole and you position it the way you want and it'll open right up. So this is it, open. I know it's reversed to you because it's video, of course, but you can see how that looks, right? All right. So position it the way you want, and you just lay it flat, right? Now the feathers, you can get feather boa from Hobby Lobby, Walmart, or anywhere that sells feathers. I got this from Hobby Lobby. This is the easy way. I'm gonna show you a few different ways because we're gonna do a few different ornaments. Take your boa and just push it in. Cut off what you don't need. There's gonna be a little string on there that you don't need. Cut off the excess. Put that inside your ornament until it fills up. And I like mine, pretty full. And remember, watch your fingers. Stick that in there. Pop your little doohickey back on. You can put a little dab of hot glue to keep that top on there, because remember I told you these are glass. They will fall. They will break. Put your nice little ribbon. I put the thin ribbon at the top. What is that, like a 1/2 inch ribbon? That's the one that I like them to use to hang from the tree or whatever they're choosing to hang it from. But that's what it looks like, right? And then you get your white satin ribbon. I get that from Hobby Lobby as well. This is 5/8 inch. And then you'll tie a bow. Once you get your bow tied, get your lighter and burn it in so you don't have the stragglies. And you sit that right here with hot glue. You can sit it. I usually sit mine right on top of the doohickey, right here next behind, in front of the little thing that hangs from the tree, like that. Or you don't have to do it. You can sit it right here, right between the doohickey and the ornament, like right here, whatever you like. I feel like if you sit it right here, close down to the ornament, it starts covering up parts of what's important on the ornament. Like this might get in the way, this ribbon might get in the way unless you cut that. I always sit it right up here so it's not in the way. That's just me. You don't have to do what I do. I'm just showing you why I do it this way. But that's what it looks like. And this one is complete. So that's one way with the feathers. Easy peasy. You don't have to fight with them. All right. Now I do that with ornaments. I do that with these glass jars. That way at Christmas time, if they feel like they don't want to put their person away, you can have a jar that sits out all the time. And with this one, I fill it with feathers as well, but I give them a charm on the back with either a cross hanging from it or an angel wing hanging from it. But the process is the same, and it comes with a cork top that sits on here that I glue down, and it gets a ribbon just like the ornaments does. So imagine that this is the same as that. We're not doing. I have some of those to do, but not with my grandmother. I do that, and I do this round jar the same way I would do that jar with the ornament. It'll be the same process. So let me show you another ornament. What picture did I do with this one? That was with her black on. I'm gonna do the one that she asked for with the palm tree, right? So let's roll. We're gonna roll it. And I don't roll it tight because I don't want to bend it. If you bend this, it'll get a crease. So I'll just roll it just enough to hurry up and pop it in there. Stick something in there to open it. And you gotta be careful because it'll start turning on you. And you'll be all day trying to figure out how I'm gonna get it back into its position. Without sticking your finger in here, mind you. I'm using the tool that I use to weed my vinyl. But again, this video is for people that don't have vinyl machines, so you wouldn't have a use for this tool. And to be honest with you, this is a dental tool that I got from Harbor Freight that I use to weed my vinyl with. I find it to be much better than the tool that Cricut and whoever that is, Silhouette gives you. But this one's in. That's what that one looks like. Now, some people stop right here. They'll put this in there, put the doohickey on, and maybe just drop one single feather in it right across the back, and they just go. Let me show you what that'll look like. Because you can also buy a bag of feathers, just like this. They come in the bag, and you can stick those down in there. Here's one. So if you like the look of one single feather, which is not bad, really cute. It still gets a doohickey. It still gets a ribbon. That's what that'll look like. That's bad. My TV or whatever that is giving it a bad glare, but that's with one feather. So you don't have to use, and these feathers, they're going to get everywhere. They're going to bother you. My issue with the feathers is I don't really like the stick look. So I try to stuff quite a few in there. So you can do it this way. You saw me do it with the boa, where I just cut the boa and stuck them down in there. Well, this is the feather, one by one, sticking it down in there. I bend them. Sometimes they're too long. And then I'm going to show you another one that I do. Another way to do it that makes your life easier. Let me show you this feather stick too. See, this one got a little piece of feather and a lot of stick. You don't want that. Put that off. Go ahead and stick these in here. Yep. And you just keep sticking them in there to your liking. However full or not full you want that to be, that's what you can go with. Like I think this is cool. That's what that one looks like. That's the back. It's a nice that's too bright. It's a nice, nice puff. It's just a nice subtle look. I like it. So we're gonna call that one done. It just needs this ribbon and this hot glue and this top bow. That one's done. All right, let me show you the third type of bow that I use. And I like this one a lot. I'm almost out of it. This is also a boa that comes from Hobby Lobby. And because it has the more feathery look, it's easier to feel. I use these mostly for my jars because it's a lot. It's gonna take a lot because that jar is so thick and it holds so big. But remember I said you're gonna cut off a piece, this piece right here. That's trash. You don't need that. You don't need, and you certainly don't need this sticking inside of nobody's ornament or whatever. So you want to throw that out. But everything else, you go ahead on and you stick down in there. It's gonna take a lot. But I don't need that right now. Now a little bit left from another one. So that is it. Don't be mad at me. I don't want y'all coming back to my video talking about I got feathers all over your house and shit. I'm telling y'all right now, these feathers gonna get everywhere. Besides, the video wasn't about the feathers. The video was about how to do this without using a Cricut or silhouette machine, just using words. So I hope I helped you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave them in the comments. I try to respond to everyone. If there's a video, something else you'd like to see me do, let me know. I will. And until the next video, I will talk to you later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.